Hey everyone, so we've been staying at Pop Century this week and I thought I'd give you a look around the resort with me. So this is the bus area where you get all your buses to Magic Kingdom and to Animal Kingdom, but you won't find them for Hollywood Studios or Epcot, and that's because we have the Skyliner in this resort, which I'll show you in a little bit. If I pan around here, you find the main entrance. So let's go in the main entrance. We'll see the lobby. So here you have the reception area. It can help you with everything you need, like checking in or any questions you have. On the walls, you have all of this memorabilia from years gone by. And you can see on the top of the wall, there's like a timeline to see when these things were out. Into the 70s. Into the 80s. There are definitely things in this one that I recognize from being a child. Let me know, are you seeing anything you recognize? So, from the lobby area, we have an entrance that's from outside where the buses are. Here we have the shop, and behind that is where you'll find the food court. If we carry on around to our right, over here you find the arcade, which is actually quite big. We carry on to the left, you have the bathrooms, and then we've got out these doors. That's where you find the main pool. So just behind me is where we came out of the reception area, and I'm going to take you around the buildings. So if we go left here, so we're going to go left here. So we're going to come across the playground, which has got slides, climbing frame. Yeah. So the playground is just next to building 10. And here is building 9 where the Rubik's Cube beside it. We're going to walk through the trees here. You have another Rubik's Cube, but they're kind of covering up the stairways with these. It's kind of a cool way of doing it. With memorabilia from the time period that area of the resort is. As you can tell, it's the 90s. We're going to go up into the 90s. So between building 9 and I think 7. So you have a garden in the middle. And just beyond that garden, you can see a swimming pool. So this is what the class is, a quiet swimming pool, because there's no slides. Just before it, you see this massive thing in front. Looks a bit like a keyboard. And that's because the swimming pool is in the shape of a computer. And in the distance you have the 2000s building, which is signified by the laptop computer in the middle. Back into the 90s, we have Roger Rabbit, and something I'm sure a lot of you remember, Sony Walkman. As we leave the 90s, you have the Potato Heads. Nice little photo spot. And we're right next to Hourglass Lake. And this is kind of like a running trail that goes round. I think they say like 3 tracks is 3 laps is a mile. But don't quote me on that because I've never done it. Probably won't either. Maybe as a walk, not as a run. Some of the cool things they have round this track is they have these little boards with kind of like quirks of what happened each year. It's kind of fun. So we're going to keep going into the 70s. Here you can see that the stairs are covered by, I believe they're 8-bit discs. 8-track. We're going to walk through this little bit of a garden and see what we have in the middle. So on the side of, in the middle of this building here, we have a big wheel trike in the middle of the buildings. We have a football field. So you can be in the middle of it and play along. And then over on this building in the middle, we have Mickey. Or more precisely, the Mickey telephone. Let me know if you had one of these back in the day. So back on Hourglass Lake, in the distance you can see the Art of Animation resort. Which, fun fact, that was supposed to be a add-on to Pop Century. It's supposed to be, I believe, the classic years from 1900s. But it got stopped halfway through and they built the Art of Animation instead. So you can see just there the Skyliner. We'll get onto that in a little bit though. Still from Hourglass Lake, we finished the 70s buildings and we continue around to the 60s buildings. You can tell it's the 60s from the big yo-yo. So in the middle of the 60s buildings, we have the main pool area for this resort. So at the very top you have the splash pad for smaller kids. As you can see, they're cleaning it right now. This gets done every single morning. No fear about it ever not being clean. Just like the other parts of the resort, in between the buildings we have something from the era. Here you can see it's Baloo and Mowgli. And here we have the kids' splash pool. And in between this part of the building, we have something that even an 80s kid like me would know. It's Play-Doh. And then we've got the main pool. So this is a look from the other side of the main pool, also known as the Hippy Dippy pool. You see it's quite big. And just over from the Hippy Dippy pool, you can see we have ping pong tables. We also have the pool bar called Pedals, which has got some seating out here. But it also has a drink station. So when you get in your refillable cups, you can use this drink station 24 hours a day. But when you go over to the food court, that's only open from 7 till 11. Okay, so back at Hourglass Lake, behind me you see the Skyliner. This is in between both of Pop Century and Art of Animation resorts on the bridge. And further round this way, you'll see a queue. The queue looks really, really long, but it really isn't that long. It takes maybe 10 minutes once the Skyliner gets moving to clear. And then you're on your way to Caribbean Beach, where you can connect onto Hollywood Studios or Epcot. As we carry on round into the 70s buildings, we're going to go down here, because in the middle of the 70s we also have a swimming pool. Now, from this angle, can you tell what shape that pool is? And so you know, these are the hours for the pool. At the other side of the pool, any ideas on the shape? If only there were a clue. So for the 70s building, we also have things in the middle of the buildings. And on this one you can see we have Tramp. And this side we have Lady. So that's Pop Century. What do you think? Let me know. Would you stay here? I think the location is brilliant with the Skyliner. It makes it so much easier to get to 2 of the 4 parks. And then the other 2 are just a bus ride away as well. Let me know what you think.